The death is announced of Raymond Hippolyte, better known as Hippo, originally of Soufrière, who resided in Mayette Gardens, Mico, and Cedar Heights, V4. He passed away in New York on Sunday, January 14, 2024. He was 68 years old. He was predeceased by his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Haynes Hippolyte, sister Stephanie Hippolyte, brothers Herman Gill and Ian McGavin Hoover Hippolyte, all of Soufrière, adopted sister Juliana Jennifer Samuel Hippolyte of Larissus, V4. Left to mourn his wife Rufina Hippolyte of Mayette Gardens, Mico, sons Dorville Edward and Ron Joseph of V4, Shani Cadet, Snardy Cadet, and Raoul Louisi of London, Alwyn Daniel and Nyron Daniel of Georgia, Padraig Hippolyte of Canada, Lyle Evans of Antigua, Rommel Hippolyte of New York, Dante Hippolyte of Taiwan. Daughters, Najla Rosary Dulcich of Savans Bay, Clea Louise and Kosha Louise Maximin of New York, Rain Charlery of Anguilla, Risa Joseph of V4. Grandchildren, Cletus and Tia Martha of Connecticut, Melia and Hope Dulcich of Savans Bay, Rhea Roland of V4, Reese Amara and Anjali Charlery of Anguilla, Jabari and Kaylee Daniel of Georgia, Raina Hippolyte, Selm and Jack Maximin of New York, great-grandchildren, Tiana Martha of V4, Janari Daniel of Lavery. Siblings, Zephrinus Hippolyte of New York, Mary Marceline Hermas of St. Croix, Agatha Sheriff of London, Emma and Melanie Hippolyte of Soufrière, Tessa Hippolyte and Lucia Hippolyte of New York. Aunts, Marcella Ellis and family residing in the UK and St. Lucia, Rosalind Nicholas and family in the UK, Augustina King and family in the UK and St. Lucia, Sylvia Stanislas and family, Mary Modeste and family, all in the UK and St. Lucia, Marianne Marilyn Lolo and family in Martinique, uncles Jerome Ford and family in New York, Vernon Montoute and family in Fort Jacques, Hippolyta Sidney Seelys and family in the UK and V4. Nieces and nephews, Riverda Carey Hermas and Margareta Brown of St. Croix, Jermaine Hermas of Texas, Margareta and Jermaine Hermas Jr. of St. Croix, Stephanie Dean, Michelle, Adrian and Emma Sheriff of London, Hermandy Hippolyte William of New York, Hernandez Hippolyte and Sylvia Stanislas of St. Croix, Hassani Hippolyte and Renetta de Souze of Soufrière, Jeremiah Flavius of V4, Carice Jean, Donalyn Auguste, Zephrina, Shirlaline Emmanuel and Dion Auguste, Jenna Emmanuel and Chelsea Auguste, residing in the U.S., Zephrina Hippolyte Jr. of New York, Kayla Hippolyte of Boisden, Jenna Emmanuel of Choiseul, Ayana Hippolyte of Soufrière, Tammy Gabriel of Choiseul, Francine Francis of Tortola, Tenny and Alana Hippolyte of New York. Sons-in-law, Mark Dulcich of Savans Bay, Anselm Maximin of New York, John Charlie of Anguilla. Sisters-in-law, Sylvina Leo and Joan Hippolyte of Soufrière, Brenda Hippolyte of New York, Winifred Johnson and family of Mico, Lindell Dashville and family of Labrian, Canada, Alicia Johnson and family of Tiroche, Mico, Mary Rosary of New York. Brothers-in-law, Cosmas Julian and Dale Rosary of the U.S., his godmother, Madeline Augustine of Castries, extended family and friends, children of his deceased aunt, Letitia, and family residing in the UK, children of deceased aunt, Maximilla Auguste in the UK, and V4 and their families, children of his deceased aunt, Elmina Moffat, and their families in St. Croix, Vieux-Fort, and Soufrière. Children of his deceased uncles Norman Hippolyte, Joseph Hippolyte, Lennox Hippolyte, Milo Hippolyte, Raymond Willie Hippolyte, Wilson Ford in the UK, Cayenne and St. Lucia. Children of his deceased adopted sister Juliana Jennifer Samuel Hippolyte and their families. Peter, Julian, and Fabian Auguste of Vieux-Fort and their families. Della Auguste of Vieux-Fort, Elizabeth Gasper and family of Castries and New York. Patsy and Mary Hippolyte of Piat's Gap and their families. Paul Hippolyte and family of Castries. Margaret and Nash and family of London. Mary and Daniel of Georgia. Laurentia Joseph of Vieux-Fort. Mary Cadet of London. Elizabeth Edward Auguste of Soufrière. Rufina Evans of Antigua. Eileen Lucian of Miko. His ex-customs musketeers. Trevor Heath of Groseray. Randolph Breakspear. Nisbet Skeet and Peter Dowson. Ex-colleagues from the Customs and Excise Department and Windward and Leeward Brewery. Customers of Hippolyte Agencies and Services Limited and Hippo's Bar of Vieux-Fort and Hippo's Minimart in Soufrière. DHL Express. Domino Partners in St. Lucia and Tap Scott in New York and the diaspora. His tag team Ulrich Alphonse of Labrie, Isaias Clovis, Francis Bourne, Coco, Bobby, and Charles Martha of Vieux-Fort. The celebration of the life of the late Raymond Hippolyte will be held on Friday, 26 January 2024 at St. Lucy's Shrine, Miko, at 2 p.m. The body will be laid to rest at the Miko Cemetery. The body now lies at Lazarus Funeral Home, New Dock Road, Vieux-Fort. May he rest in peace.